What's good, everybody? It is Monday, December 26, 2022. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it is not close. I'm your boy, the coach, and I got to tell you, if you got up with us yesterday and you tailed us yesterday, NBA, NFL, we had a fantastic day at the brand. 11, 5, and 1, and I'm still kicking myself for not taking the over in the Bucks-Celtics game. But look at all those beautiful check marks, the entire crew doing work together on Christmas Day. But for many of you who follow the brand, you know today is the end of our week. We've got Monday Night Football tonight. Very busy day. 7:30 Eastern time. See ya. Mikey, Alex, yours truly. 7:30 Eastern time tonight. We count down to the Colts and the Chargers. A huge game for the LA Chargers as far as the playoffs are concerned. Let's bring in the stars of the show because I am so excited to have these three gorgeous faces on the show this morning. Let's start with our newest NFL handicapper. She is no longer the ice queen when she's doing NFL picks. Alabama. Good morning.
Good morning. It was a little tough loss last night there, but I was at the Suns game kind of right during it, so couldn't get too mad.
And we cashed the Nuggets over the Suns, so you were there giving that little mojo. So you were doing your job. You're doing your job. All right, now next he is live from Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City, a place where Josh Jacobs was very, very vocal after his game yesterday. Zack Attack. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I'm feeling great. Had the winner yesterday with the Green Bay Packers, and now is the bowl season for me. And I'm going to talk about that here in a second. I call it the Bermuda Bowls.
Bermuda Bowls. Buckets is over there he thought you pulled a Jay Smooth, I think. Is that what you thought, Buckets?
Yeah, I thought he was muted and had no idea what was going on. And I was getting ready to say, it's not just me, Zach. It's not just me.
I'm 365 or 365 on that.
Boom. There you go. All right, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about today on the show. So storylines that could affect the betting lines. And I got to tell you, Buckets, I have been starving since the World Cup ended. Starving to get my soccer bets back going. And this morning, full transparency, true story. I woke up 3 a.m. Nothing to do. Tottenham. Who are they playing? Brentford? Who are they playing today? Buckets?
Brentford, yeah.
Brentford, thank you. Yes. So I just threw a little both teams to score, a little over 2.5. So I'm already up for the day. But there's a lot more going on today. Start us off.
Yeah, so today is Boxing Day. And for those of you that do not know what that means, neither did I until I started watching soccer. But this is the day that signifies the return of the Premier League every year from winter break. So almost every single EPL team will play a match in some sort today, starting at the early game in Tottenham at 6 a.m., going all the way to 5 p.m. this afternoon. We've got Premier League action all day. Unfortunately, a lot of these games start at 10 a.m., but a little shout here. If you follow me on Twitter, I gave out Newcastle, both teams to score. Newcastle just scored in the first 30 seconds of their game against Leicester. So I'll have some more action for us later in the show, but keep an eye out because it is all day long.
Why don't you let me handle the updates on the scores, okay? Why don't you just handle the storylines? I'll take the scores. All right, there are games at 12:30 Eastern time. There are games at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So there's games all throughout the day here on Boxing Day. Now, this is also bowl season, and it feels like because of how the holidays fell, Zach, that we didn't have a lot yet. But now today, one bowl, but then we really get revved up starting tomorrow. What do you got for us today?
I've got a theory from trial and error, and this goes all the way back to 2007. Woo. Here in Vegas, me and my buddies would come here on the cheapest dates of the year, which is, of course, is right after Christmas, leave before New Year's. We were staying at the Imperial Palace 2007 and literally losing every single bowl game. And it would happen every single year. And short story, basically, I started flipping these games maybe like 2015, and they're profitable every single year. So this marks that date today. I'm going to have a pick, and it's going to be opposite of my actual pick. I only do this for these 3 days.
Oh.
And every year. It started with, I'm going to give you the story. Matt Ryan, 2007, they're playing against Michigan State. They're up 24-13. Ice and football. Michigan State scores, gets the 2-point conversion. It's 24-21. Michigan State gets the ball back late again in their own territory, doesn't get the 4th down. Boston College could kick the field goal. There's 49 seconds left. We're like, yes, we're going to get a winner. We're going to get a winner. They go for it and then kneel down. Up 3, didn't kick the field goal. It's a horrible story. But these are the Bermuda Bowls. I'm going to post a lot of these on SportsLine. This is the first one today.
You're giving me PTSD because when I was in college, I went out there on spring break my senior year and stayed at the Imperial Palace.
Oh,
swear to God,
this was like
the police.
This was the last year. We're literally staying in that old tower. Our buddies are staying in there was a connected tower. You remember that connected tower? We had to go meet our buddies over there. It was like a Motel 6 style.
It was the worst. It was the worst.
They had the old dry erase board.
Oh, yeah, all of it. Oh, my God. Oh, you're giving me, shudders. All right, we got to move on. Oh, my goodness. The Imperial Palace. John says, thanks, Coach, for 4 or 5 out of basketball. Great. Mark says, best cappers in the business. Thank you, Mark. We agree, too. But we're here 7 days a week, so we don't have time to do this. This is why we have you. We don't have time to pat ourselves on the back because we got to get into our board. So if everybody's ready. But before we do that, I got to pay those pesky little bills. Salaries don't just pay themselves. Let's hear from one of our incredible partners. And we are back. Those watching on YouTube, this is the Early Edge. And those listening on Apple or Spotify, we want all of you as well. One play from SportsLine today, and we're going to the association. That's right. Timberwolves Heat over 221.5. Minnesota is an over team. The Heat, they have turned into an over team because they have so many injuries. They're just playing free. They're flowing. They don't really care. So we love this play today, and we have been on fire with our NBA plays as of late. I will have 2 more, but I saw somebody in the chat that said, what do you guys think about Austin Eckler over 53.5 rushing yards? Well, I'll tell you, we will answer that question tonight on Early Edge Live when I've got the best prop cappers in America. However, Allie, I believe that you do like Austin Eckler, but with a different play. Start us off.
Yep, so I'm going to go with Austin Eckler over 32.5 receiving yards, and that's at -115 at MGM. And I'm plugging MGM here, but I would kind of shop around there because I have seen it up like at -130, -135 on DraftKings. But he's averaging 45 receiving yards per game, and he's gone over this line in 10 of 14 this season. The Colts have given up the 5th most receiving yards to opposing running backs this season, and Eckler runs around almost every Justin Herbert dropback and is Herbert's safety valve, kind of security blanket, in a very reliable underneath target. So I think he'll get those yards tonight.
Listen to Allie in the NFL. Stop it. Just stop it. I love how that just started. Okay, so we're on Austin Eckler. He has been a stud. I love him over 32.5 receiving. This almost feels like a layup. I mean, this guy is going to go 50, 60, 70 tonight. Easy. We saw what happened.
PropStars likes this play too.
Who does?
PropStars likes this play, if that helps anyone out.
It helps a lot of people out. He was perfect the other day. He was 10-0, 11-0, something like that. Look at you having your little backup plan over there for your NFL picks. I love it. I love it. All right, now, I believe it's going to be my turn because Buckets, if you were such a great soccer handicapper, you would have told me that Newcastle would have scored 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. That would have been like plus 10,000, but apparently you're not that good as you think you are. Now, I got 2 plays from the NBA today. I'm going to go with the Nets +2. They're in Cleveland. The Cavs, yes, they've been a good team, but the Nets are turning into a great team. I thought about the over in this one, but the Cavs are not a good over team. So we're going to go with the Nets. We'll take the 2. They've been playing phenomenal basketball. Then we're going to take the Pacers +6 in New Orleans. Now, Zion is scheduled to be back tonight. I don't care. Listen to this number. 10 straight games. Indiana has either won or stayed within this number. 10 straight games. Either won or stayed within this number. We'll take the Pacers, much better than people think, at +6. Now, Zack Attack, my man in the chat said, I'm so old, I stayed at the Imperial Palace when it was cool. It was never really cool. However, a lot of us stayed there because it was cheap. But now we've got tickets that we can cash to stay in nicer places. So, Zach, you're up next.
Yeah, it was dirt cheap. Another story was it was so cold. This is the only time we could just put the ice outside the whole scooping off the ledge there. But New Mexico State +3 against Bowling Green. This is the first Bermuda Bowl for me. And you look at this New Mexico State team, it's been a tale of 2 seasons for them. They started off the year 1-5, but then they made a change at quarterback with Diego Pavia. I hope I'm saying that last name right. Diego Pavia has actually been really good. 4-1 as a starter. They had a big win over Liberty. He's been a great dual threat quarterback. I think I saw 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns he had with a lot of yards rushing, but he did hurt his hamstring in their last game. There was concern with that. I think that's why they were the underdog. And of course, Bowling Green's had a lot of profiled games on ESPN being part of Maction over the last 5 weeks of the regular season. So New Mexico State, you don't really see them a lot. If you did watch them this year, you had to watch them on ESPN Plus. And if you did watch them earlier in the year when they were on the main games, they were getting blown out earlier in the season. So I think this means a lot to the New Mexico State team. Doesn't play in the bowls a lot. I'm going to grab them +3 against Bowling Green.
All right, to be clear, because I'm a little confused right now. Do you like New Mexico State today, or are you betting on Bowling Green today based off of your flip?
No, this is already flipped. So this
is already flipped. This is already
flipped. New Mexico State.
Okay.
New Mexico State.
Okay.
And these games are going to be crazy. I've seen the craziest finishes, craziest endings. You could go on and on about this stretch of bowls. You remember the Purdue-Arizona game a couple years ago with Khalid Tate as quarterback? Purdue came back, won at the last second. So it's always wild, but they come through.
Oh, I remember. But that, I'm sorry, Zach, to say, will not be the case tonight. So you like New Mexico State +3, huh? Zack Attack, my man, I've been teaching lessons all week long. My Venmo is just bursting right now. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question, sir. And I don't want you to feel pressure, but are you in?
Oh, of course I'm in. Did you hear my storyline? Oh, this is a no doubt.
Snake!
This is a no-brainer.
All right, Snake, hit the music.
It's gonna be a showdown.
Oh, our first.
I'm still dancing after the music.
I love the music. All right, to be clear, because there's a lot of you that are new to the brand today. We have a big audience. And what a showdown is when we disagree on the show. You're allowed. It's allowed. And then it's $100 cold, hard cash to the winner. It's got to be paid by midnight. And we do showdowns with fans as well. By the way, I paid out $200 the other day, but I didn't pay it out because they wanted to start a charity with it. So we're going to do in 2023. If you guys want to pay it forward, if you have a big day, a big game, you win a bunch of betting, and you want to contribute or you want to donate, we're going to have an account. And then we're just going to let it grow throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, we're going to make a big donation to St. Jude and see how that goes. And we started with that $200 from a few days ago. So thank you to those of you who did that. But Zach, I may donate your $100 to St. Jude as well. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I love having a showdown with my man, Zack Attack. Now, he's smiling, but so is my man Buckets. Why? He's had the greatest month of his life. And Buckets, you're welcome. You got to go to New York City. You got to see the Big Apple. You crushed it in the World Cup. But now, can you bring yourself back down and humble yourself to just work with little old us? Just Allie, Zach, and Coach. Can you do that for us one time? Because you're now in what you like to refer to behind closed doors, the bucket seat. You're up, sir. Did he freeze? Is he frozen? Oh, no. Snake, take a screenshot of that. Take a screenshot of that. Amazing. This is the best bucket steak he's ever had. Just shake your head. Yeah. All right. My man's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It is tons of snow. I'm sure his power just got knocked out. That's hilarious. Just leave it up there for a second. So here's what he's going to do. Arsenal, West Ham. We're going to go Arsenal on the money line and over 1.5 goals -120. It's a great way to bring that number down. Arsenal is a strong team, but sometimes when it's -300, -400, you just can't play it. So you add a little bit of extra something. We just need 2 goals total. We'll win that bet. Then Aston Villa and Liverpool. This game starts, I believe, at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Both teams are scoring over 2.5 goals -110. All right? -110. That was worth it to me. Was that worth it to you, Allie?
Absolutely.
She says, absolutely. All right. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. That was so great. Here's the recap, courtesy of Jake the Snake. Always doing an amazing job on the 1s and 2s. All right, Buckets. Oh, it's Boxing Day. There's a ton of soccer going on. Arsenal money line over 1.5 goals. Then Aston Villa, Liverpool. Let's go. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals combined. -110. Love that number. Then Zack Attack. He's on New Mexico State. I'm on Bowling Green. We've got a showdown. And then I'm on 2 NBA plays tonight. Nets +2. Pacers +6. Then Allie, she's on Monday Night Football. Austin Eckler over 32.5 receiving yards, -130. Love this play. And also, it's got PropStars endorsement. That's all you need to know. Then one play from SportsLine itself. We're going to go Timberwolves Heat over 221.5. Our Sims have this coming in a lot of times. All right, don't forget Early Edge and 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. More Oh, look who's back. Back again. All right, little miss. Oh, did you freeze again?
No.
That was just a froze. All right, so buckets, we had a little bit of fun. Allie didn't enjoy it at all. So I gave out your plays, but if you want to real quick, I gave what I thought you would say, but you can say what you want about the two games. Go for it.
I just want to say that was the worst timing possible for my computer to crash because you asked if I was going to be humble and hang out with you guys, and then immediately I did. So I'm so sorry to everybody. I'm sure Coach already mentioned that for the Aston Villa versus Liverpool game, that Aston Villa has a new manager from Villarreal and Unai Emery, of course.
I said that.
And with him, that new manager buff is going to provide a multitude of goals as Liverpool has a 67% BTTS rate right now. Of course, you covered all of that, so just want to highlight that.
Yeah.
And then Arsenal versus West Ham this afternoon. Arsenal's the best team in the EPL for a reason right now. They're going to cover that 1.5 goals by themselves. This game should be no problem on the 3 p.m. slate. Again, you covered that. I know, Coach, but just want to back you up there.
I feel like you're being sarcastic with me right now.
I'm not being sarcastic.
That's what I feel. I'm trying to be serious all the time, and you're being sarcastic. Goat says, I like Allie's prop this morning. Eckler has the most catches by any running back through 13 games in any season in NFL history. So Goats has your back too.
Thank you.
She said, thank you. Oh, sometimes it just gets off the rails and we don't even know what to do. But that's the beauty of the Early Edge, and that's why the crew is what they are. For those of you who are new, welcome. We're going to have a great year. But for here and the now, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, damn it, do I love them all. The Ice Queen, Alabama. Buckets. Zack Attack from Vegas. Jake the Snake. Getting up the day after Christmas. Doing work always. We're together. We want you to be with us. I love this show. All right, we'll see you later on the Early Edge. Take care.